Escaping warlocks cost Reece a Trinity memory. Ash warned of a ritual. Vincent was captured. A letter hinted at time manipulation. Reece relived trauma from his journal. Juniper saved him from identity erasure. Ash warned of a stronger Trinity, and he. The Bone Witch spoke of Trinity and the Rift, giving Reece a scroll to his brother. The scroll led to Kalen's journal, revealing Trinity was Elira, the Rift Bride. His doppelganger appeared. "Hello, brother," as flames erupted. What will Reece do with the impossible knowledge of a brother he never knew? Can he trust this wild, scarred doppelganger who shares his face? And what terrifying secrets lie hidden within the heart of the Inferno, waiting to be revealed? Reece wandered through the strange town he had stumbled into, Echo Ridge. The name sounded oddly familiar, but he couldn't place it. The streets were foggy, the houses eerily still. But it wasn't the ghostly quiet that unsettled him. It was the overwhelming sense that he'd been here before. He turned a corner and stopped dead in his tracks. There it was, a house with red shutters. He remembered it now, not as an adult, but as a child. A place he'd come to in dreams, a place that didn't exist on any map. His mother had whispered about it once in her sleep. "That's where they took him," she had said, but Reece had never asked who they were. Inside the house, time warped. The walls were covered in faded children's drawings, all signed with a single name, Kalen. The air was thick with memory magic. Reece stumbled as a sharp pain lanced through his head. A voice echoed in his mind. "You weren't supposed to remember." Suddenly, Reece was no longer in the hallway. He was 8 years old, standing outside that very same house. Snow drifted softly around him. He was barefoot, shivering, calling out for someone. "Kalen, Kalen, come out!" A small face appeared in the upstairs window, a boy with silver eyes, pale skin, and a sad smile. He pressed a hand to the glass, and then vanished. Reece's childhood memories unraveled like a loose thread. There had been a boy, a brother, but everyone had told him he was imagining things. A sharp voice cut through the haze. "He was real, Reece, and they erased him." Reece turned to find a woman in a long gray cloak. Her face was familiar in the way dreams are, half forgotten and deeply unsettling. "They erased Kalen, and you were next, but your wolf protected your memories. Who are you?" "A memory you buried," she said softly. "Your old caretaker, the one who tried to warn you." Reece awoke inside the Echo Ridge house again, this time as himself. He couldn't tell if hours or days had passed. The caretaker, the woman from his childhood, now sat by the window, knitting with threads made of mist. Her name was Eleni. "You need to remember him," she said. "Kalen, he was the first." "The first what?" "The first to be taken because of the bloodline, just like Trinity." Reece's breath caught. "What bloodline?" "The Moonborn line, descendants of the old wolves, marked by both moonlight and memory. Kalen had it. Trinity has it. You do too." Eleni touched his chest, right over his heart. "That's why they want her, and why you were chosen." Suddenly, the walls cracked. A deep groan echoed through the floor. Reece stood up, heart pounding. "What's happening?" Eleni's eyes darkened. "They've found you. You need to leave. Run, Reece. They're inside your memories now." Reece burst out of the red-shuttered house, racing into the fog. But the fog wasn't just fog anymore. It was shifting into scenes. Fragments of his childhood played out on either side of him. His first shift, the day his mother died, a field where he and Kalen used to hide from their father. Every memory called out to him like a haunting lullaby. He tripped and fell, scraping his palms on a gravel path. When he looked up, he saw something shining in the dirt, a small glass compass. He picked it up. It spun wildly, then pointed north. From the fog, a voice called, "It leads to what was lost." He turned and saw a younger version of himself standing in the mist. "Where are you taking me?" The boy didn't answer, only turned and began to run. Reece followed the boy across a field until they reached a gnarled old tree, its roots like claws gripping the earth. Without hesitation, the boy crawled beneath it, disappearing into a dark hole. Reece followed, heart hammering. He emerged into a cold earthen chamber lit by blue flame torches. Symbols covered the walls, old alpha sigils mixed with warlock glyphs. At the center was a stone pedestal. On it, a single item, a photograph. Reece picked it up, hands trembling. It was of him and Kalen, maybe 6 and 4 years old. But standing behind them, arms on their shoulders, was a face he never thought he'd see. Caleb. "You were always part of this, Reece," a voice said behind him. He turned. Caleb stood there, calm, smiling. "Welcome home." What was this home? Was it a prison, a place of dark rituals? And what role had Caleb played in Kalen's disappearance? More importantly, could Reece trust the memories that had been so carefully guarded? Or were they now tainted by the very forces that had tried to erase them?
Hey, I am Trinity. Want to know what happens next? Then click the link in the description below and download the Pocket FM app and listen to the exciting episodes of Chosen by Fate, Rejected by the Alpha.